everybody. I'm meteorologist Ashley Smith here filling in for Chief Meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer, who's taking some time off and probably hopefully enjoying this very nice weather. But yes, it is very nice here in the tri-state, but of course talking about Hurricane Francine. So this, I was going through some of our resources here that we have from some of the national correspondents. And this is actually Mobile, Alabama. So Hurricane Francine made landfall in Louisiana at about 6 o'clock this evening. And this is Alabama. So this is not, where the hurricane is making landfall, but obviously still some impacts. Very choppy ocean here, the Gulf here, and then of course, very windy. That camera having a hard time staying steady. A lot of the other cameras appropriately today are focused on New York and our nation's capital because of that somber remembrance that's happening here in our country. So this was the only one that I found. There was one that I think later this evening we'll have, see there's, it looks like there was a spider on the camera there, but that was DC. Here's another one. I don't know where this is, but obviously another area being battered by the storm as well. Likely there's probably a reporter that stands here on this balcony, but isn't doing a live shot right now. And then I think this one, another one of our nation's capital. So, but yes, a big talker today, in addition to the fact that it's September 11th and the 23rd anniversary of that horrific day. We also are tracking Hurricane Francine, which is going to have an impact here at home as well. Very minor impact, but we'll talk about that too. Beautiful weather outside here. It's been a gorgeous day. I just love this view of the reflection off of the Ohio River, and the buildings here in silhouette, and you can see the American flags waving. It's just chef's kiss. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Clear skies all across the region as the sun is setting there at CVG and Turfway Park as well. Definitely a very quiet day. Very calm conditions around here. As always, you can put your comments here. Let's see here. Oh, Ethan will be on tomorrow and on Friday as well. So he'll be in. We're splitting the duties to fill in while Steve is out. Yes, I hope we can get some, when we first saw Hurricane Francine, or at least when we saw that the system could form and become Hurricane Francine, which is what happened, it looked like we were actually going to get some soaking rains. It looked like it was going to be pretty wet weather for both Friday and Saturday especially, and now it does not look like that at all. And that is very typical of these types of systems. Meteorology has come a very long way in recent years, a very long way, but still not perfect in forecasting these types of situations until they really make landfall, and then we can get a little bit of a better idea. But definitely we're going to have to be looking at other systems that could bring us some promising rain, but right now it's looking like even during the entire 7-day forecast we're not seeing much. Okay, so let's talk about Francine. Obviously on radar here at home, nothing happening, so we're going to head on down to the south where we are seeing obviously a lot of rain from Francine. So made landfall there. Technically, it was a town that I don't want to mispronounce, but Terrebonne, maybe Terrebonne is how you say it. So not sure that I could get it to show up on the map, but either way, it was in southern Louisiana, southeastern Louisiana, I guess. And now as it continues to move inland, it is going to weaken, but it's going to take some time. Let me see if they've updated. Sometimes they give us like an intermittent update. So yes, they did do that. Okay, the eye Francine is located just inland over southern Louisiana. Life-threatening storm surge, heavy rains, hurricane force winds continue. An observation in Dulac recently reported a sustained wind of 68 miles per hour. I'm not sure where that is. They will have another complete update at, a position update will be provided at 8 o'clock Central, so 9 o'clock our time. 20 miles southeast of Morgan City, Louisiana. I did see there was a reporter there in Morgan City. That might be that balcony that I was showing you. 65 miles west-southwest of New Orleans. Sustained winds. Okay, so the winds are already lower than they were at 6 o'clock. They're now down to 90 miles per hour. Still, obviously, very strong storm. Okay, and still moving at 17 miles per hour, so that hasn't changed. Hello, Becky. Okay, so let's continue with the track and the current information. So it's now knocked down to a Category 1 hurricane. At landfall, it was a Category 2 with 100 mile per hour winds, now down to 90 mile per hour wind gusts, or sustained winds rather, there in southern Louisiana. So almost always when a hurricane makes landfall, it starts to weaken, because when it's over the ocean, it's feeding off of those warm ocean waters. There's not a lot of friction on the water. Moves into land, there's a lot of friction. It's no longer the warm ocean waters, so it does start to weaken, and that is exactly what's happening. So already down to 90 miles per hour. We'll have to see if that does continue weakening and moving northeast at 17 miles per hour. So here's the latest track of Francine. So it continues to move to the north, becomes a tropical storm probably late tonight or early tomorrow morning, and then continues to weaken as it moves to the north and northwest. However, look at how it does bring some very heavy rain. I mean, it doesn't show that on here, but it will still have some heavy rain in portions of Arkansas, southern Missouri, southern Illinois, western Kentucky, and western Tennessee. For us, we're still going to see some impact, but it's very minimal. Initially, you're going to notice those clouds starting to increase in our region by the time that we do get into tomorrow, but the rain doesn't arrive until Friday, and even then, not everybody sees the rain. Thank you, Jeff. Fall weather, not for a while, at least highs in the 70s like we were having for a period of time, although it's been a bit. I actually had that pulled up. Let's see here. Well, I guess it's been not as long as it seems. The 8th was the last time we had highs in the 70s. And then Monday, it was 80. Yesterday, 86. Today, I believe it was 88. I actually didn't see the official high. And, we had lows in the 40s. Just on Monday, 44 degrees. That was 1 degree shy of the record low of 43. But we did have fall weather, but it's gone for now. It won't be gone forever. Right now, those temperatures starting to cool off thanks to getting closer to sunset. 84 in Westchester and Florence, 83 in Milford, 85 in Mason. Beautiful view here again at CVG. Winds out of the southeast at 10 miles per hour, so a bit of a breeze. And because the air is so dry and there's that breeze out there, it actually feels cooler. So the heat index, if you will, is actually 82. Feels a lot better than when we're in the 80s and we have those dew points in the 60s or even 70s. So makes a huge difference this time of year especially. So here comes the remnants of Francine, and notice how it all moves to the north and it weakens very quickly. So these outer bands that actually move through parts of Georgia, into Alabama, and then even potentially parts of Kentucky and Tennessee could have some of that heavier rain. However, watch what happens as it gets even closer to us. It really starts to weaken and kind of fall apart and dissipate by the time that we get into about midday Friday. So our best chance, and I'll show you kind of a zoomed in look at that, our best chance for rain is definitely going to be Friday morning, and even then not everybody sees the rain. Now, another thing to watch is this system off the mid-Atlantic coast. I mentioned this yesterday as well. Looking like it has more and more promise to bring us some precipitation by next week. However, I think it's going to have a hard time to do that. Oftentimes these systems that move from east to west toward the tri-state have a hard time getting over the Appalachian Mountains. We'll see. If it does, that's great, because of course we do have those the drought situation in place, but it's difficult for that to happen. So we kind of have to take this with a grain of salt right now, but as we get closer, we'll definitely have a better idea. Some of that rain could linger into Wednesday as well. I wanted to go back here and show you what's going to happen Sunday if you're going, or even let's talk about Friday and Saturday too, if you're going to Kansas City. So again, watch this model there. So if you're driving to Kansas City Saturday, could encounter some of that rain in parts of Missouri. I know our sports crews are heading out there to Kansas City, so they'll be there reporting on the game. But Sunday, the rain does stay east of Kansas City, so it should not be a wet Bengals-Chiefs game on Sunday. So I just wanted to point that out. And then I wanted to show the more zoomed in look at our precipitation chances. So you start to see the clouds here again on Thursday. Tomorrow, you'll notice the clouds probably around noon, maybe a little bit after noon, and then continuing to kind of spill in from the south as we head throughout much of the day. Thursday into Friday, and then look at this rain. I mean, it's almost depressing to really look at it because we need it so bad. And yeah, it kind of stays in parts of Owen County, maybe if you're near Vevey, parts of Switzerland, Carroll County. Yeah, maybe you see a little bit of that rain. Just does not look like the rain holds together enough to make it into the tri-state. It all moves off to the west. And then we're dry Saturday and Sunday, according to that model. Some of the models have a little bit of a different idea. Either way, I think very small amounts of rain. Hello, John. Thank you. So Newport Festival Park, they're having Oktoberfest this weekend. Covington is also having Oktoberfest this weekend. And then next weekend is going to be Oktoberfest Cincinnati. Of course, that one starts on Thursday. Now, Newport's starts Friday through Sunday. Temperatures will be in the 80s, so a little on the warm side. Normal high for this time of year is 81. Let me see what the, excuse me. That probably was right into the mic, and I apologize. Let's see what the normal low is. Normal low is 59 for this time of year. That's actually right around where we'll be tonight, but we've, in my opinion, been spoiled with those cool, crisp mornings. I love that. I love when you wake up and it's almost a little chilly outside. It just reminds you of fall. I put up my fall decorations Monday because it was cool, and then today I looked like a fool. It's okay, though. It reminded me that when it does start to look like fall outside with those changing colors, it'll be really nice that it is also fall inside of my house. But either way, if you have weekend plans coming up, I think you're going to be okay if they're outdoor plans. While Friday, we do have that chance for a few showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. It's few and far between. Definitely not enough to cancel those plans by any means. FC Cincinnati in town Saturday, Ride Cincinnati Saturday as well. Of course, that's that bike ride that supports the Cancer Center, the Barrett Cancer Center, I believe. So yeah, big event happening in Cincinnati on Saturday. We also have, actually, is that Saturday or Sunday? I should probably look that up. I think it's Saturday. Yes. So 13th, they have like a party, a pre-ride party, and then the 14th is the ride. So, just trying to read some of this information. Okay. And then next week, the Reds come back Tuesday. They start their final homestand. They actually have two homestands back-to-back technically as they take on Atlanta and then the Pirates, I believe. So, yeah, looks like small chance for rain Tuesday and Wednesday. I don't think it's really going to impact the game too much right now. But again, we have to watch that system along the East Coast. Not a tropical system, just kind of a front that kind of rides along the East Coast and then tries to bring us some of that rain. Let me catch up on some of these questions. Hi, Molly. Smith, what a name. Susan, I agree. I was on vacation last week, and I was actually gone for from Friday to Saturday, but like an entire week, so eight days, I guess, in total. And I thought when I come back Sunday, I'm going to have to cut the grass, and no. There was one like patch of my grass where the water must like pool, and there was some high grass there. I took the weed whacker out and for maybe a minute. That was all I had to do. It's pretty crazy. Because the problem is when we do get rain, it's not steady enough and like of the right kind of intensity. You want like a moderate, steady rain so that it can soak into the ground. It doesn't run off. It doesn't flood, but it's enough to make a difference. And then we need that for like 10 days in a row. And just doesn't look like it's in the cards for us. Let me see if this is updated. We can go beyond the 7-day forecast. It might not be. Actually, It's not far off. The question mark should be on Tuesday, Wednesday. Let's see, when is the first day of fall? So that should be on Sunday. Fall should be on Sunday. Yeah, so warm. I mean, even beyond the 7-day forecast, still looking at those temperatures in the 80s and the lows in the 60s, so much of the same, really. Not much change there, even as we go beyond the 7-day forecast. Okay. Let's see if any of these have updated. Oh, there's a reporter. I don't know that I can get sound up. Or I probably can, but I don't know how. That's more in line with the truth. Let's see here. Giving an update on the hurricane. Actually, what's on the... Not very beneficial when I can't get you sound, huh? Sorry about that. Now I can't. Okay, wait a minute. Here we go. Let's see if we get any cool visuals here. Obviously, a lot of rain. Yeah, not as entertaining when we can't really hear. But yeah, it has been downgraded to a Category 1 hurricane, was a Category 2 at landfall at 100 miles per hour. It's now 90 miles per hour and continuing to move northeast at 17 miles per hour. Let's see if I can get a view of what it looks like right now. Will Lake Cumberland get much rain? We can check that out. Here, actually, this time of year, that water's pretty warm, like comfortably warm. Maybe not a bad weekend to go to Lake Cumberland. Okay, so as that rain moves in from the south, areas to the south will get more rain. So perhaps early Friday morning, Lake Cumberland could get some of that heavier rain. And then, you know, not a lot happening Friday night. Saturday, it gets close around midday, but that's about it. So no, not a lot of rain there for the weekend in Lake Cumberland. Trying to see if, because there has been actually, I think I can pop that up here. There is a system that will likely become named in the next couple of days, another system on the heels of Francine, which I think is, actually I've already forgotten. Guillermo, maybe? No, I might have made that up. Gordon. Yeah, so after Francine is Gordon. And that is actually, is it not on here? Oh, you know what? Actually, it's because it's already formed. It doesn't have a name yet, but it's likely to get a name. Let me see. I can probably pop it up here. I don't know that it's going to have a, let's see. I don't know that it's going to have a track, but let's see. There we go. It does have a track. Okay. So this is likely to become Gordon, Tropical Storm Gordon, probably, maybe even tonight, actually. But yes, the track has it still out to sea all the way through Monday, but very, very far from any land masses at that time. Again, ignore the banner, but yes, this would be Tropical Storm Gordon if it does form. Let me see here, actually. I can change this so that it's accurate. Yeah. So that would be sustained winds right now are at 35 miles per hour. So getting close to becoming a tropical storm. It's got to get up to 39 miles per hour to be a tropical storm. So yeah. So a lot going on in the tropics, that's for sure. Not a lot going on around here. Very quiet weather. That would be A-okay if it wasn't for the fact that we really need the rain. Actually, I haven't shown that yet. The drought monitor will be updated tomorrow. I don't think that this is the update yet, but we'll have to see how that has evolved. All right, awesome. I think I answered all of your questions. Okay. I wanted to give a little plug because I am working on a special report that's going to air tomorrow evening. And it's actually about the quality of the Ohio River, the quality of the water. Is it safe for recreation, for drinking, for swimming, all those types of things. I went out on the boat with Orsenko as they did their weekly testing. I went to Thomas More University, their biology field station, which is in California, Kentucky, right along the Ohio River, and what they do to study the quality of the water. And we're going to dive in, pun intended, to all of that research coming up tomorrow night at 10. But we'll have like some preview stories before that on the newscast. So maybe you've seen, there's been, actually I should post the promotion that we already have on the air. Thank you, Susan. I hope you have a great evening too. And I'm going to go eat because I'm hungry. When on this shift, like my eating is so thrown off, and I could be better about it. It's like, it's my own problem. But anyways, I just went on a rant. A very short one, but a rant nonetheless. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all I've got for you. And then, of course, again, I will be on. Oh, thank you, Carlotta. And of course, I'll be back at 10 and 11 again tomorrow. I'm back in during midday, and then Ethan Emery will be in the evenings. Of course, Frank will be in the mornings. Then I'll be midday, and then Ethan's in the evenings because both Catherine and Steve are off tomorrow. So. Yeah, so I'll be seeing you again tonight, and if you're not up late tonight, then I'll see you tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for joining me and for all of your questions and your interest. We really do appreciate it. All right, bye guys.